Hi traders, it's time for the new weekly forecast for the trading week beginning on April 28th. Now, in the coming week, we have NFP from the US, so it's gonna be volatile in the US related assets. Plus, we have Bank of Japan's monetary policy. So expect high volatility in Japanese currency pairs. Apart from that, we also have partial closure on 1st of May due to Labor Day holiday in most of the European countries. So previous week, we saw that gold reached the psychological number of 3,500 and bounced lower immediately from 3,500 mark. Now, is this setup still valid? Do we have the bullish trend continuation, or is it time for reversal? So we'll quickly cover all these details in our technical chart reading. So let's begin with our chart reading. So let's begin technical analysis, and the first instrument is dollar index. I would like to start from monthly frame here. I need to clean up the chart. So on the monthly frame, I'll keep it simple. First thing, I'm going to mark Fib extension in the bearish direction. So here I'm going to apply Fibonacci extension connecting A to B and B to C. Since it's downward, so we'll change the color to red. And I'm going to mark Fib retracement on the previous leg up. That's it. So it has crossed a major psychological barrier around 100, and this is also a magnet zone. So the current price is trading lower than this magnetic area. So this is to be taken as resistance. And the next upcoming major is around here. So this is, as of now, single fib line. Let's try to find magnets here. I'll move to weekly. On the weekly frame, I do not have the choice to add the fib extension, so I am going to daily now. I'll mark this high with the vertical line. I'll connect with daily. On the daily frame, I'm going to add new fib extension on the downward ABC. So here we have A, B, and connected with new C. Let's change the color and find the magnets. So 97.28 to 96.62 is a magnet zone. It's going to act as support, followed by 92.96. So 92.96 is giving the exact overlap here. Major one. Let's highlight with blue. Now, in terms of price pattern and divergence, I do not see any signs against the bearish trend. Reason being, I can see some slowdown due to equal lows or slightly lower low on the second histogram, but the momentum has faded. But MACD lines, they have created lower low pattern in conjunction with price. So no bullish divergence spotted. I'll move to 4H. On the 4-hourly frame, I could see bullish divergence being completed here. So lower lows with NPN and MACD lines bullish divergence. The breakup structure is not yet done, but I believe the trend line is gone. So the falling trend line to be connected. I'm connecting from the highest, and yes. So the breach of trend line is done. So I'm expecting short-term corrective bullish moves. So here I'm going to take my first bullish fib extension on one edge. Applied, let it be green, and the first bullish target for dollar index is 100.26, followed by 101.01. So 101.01 is the strong magnetic level, and in case if you see a deeper retracement, then we can expect it to be 104, which I do not think so at the moment. It's possible, but still, based on the technical levels, if 101.18 is breached, then we can expect dollar index to rise to 104.26 and continuation lower from 104.26. Now the second instrument is crude oil. Again, I'll start from monthly here. Need to reset the view, and I'm going to apply fib retracement here, starting from the low to high Reason being, we have bullish divergence, breakout structure done. So now it is under retracement, pullback, and MACD environment is bearish at the moment. That's it. I cannot use for ABC marking here since we do not have completed ABC pattern available on monthly. So I need to move to weekly now. On the weekly, yes, we have ABC pattern in the bearish direction. So I'm going to connect from the highest, connect with B and C here. I'm going to mark with red. So the strong magnet zones. Here we have a strong support zone coming around 57 to 55. This is to be taken as your strong resistance. And look for the next ABC. Now we have two choices. Either we can connect A, B and C, or we can go with the bigger one, A, B and C. So I'll try to connect the bigger one here. A, B, C, bearish applied. Now with the help of new cycle, we got new resistance here at 77 and strong support magnet is formed around this area. So let's highlight with blue. And the next one is around 39 to 40. Again, blue. As per MACD, the bearish momentum is fading out, but not yet done because MACD lines, they are still in the bearish crossover mode and histogram is turning from deep red to light red, which means slowdown is there, but definitely not a reversal. I'll mark the vertical line on point C and move to the next lower time frame. So we need to go to daily now, and on daily, the pattern is still bearish. So here we have high followed by lower high, low followed by lower low. No bullish divergence. So the bearish pattern is intact. On the basis of MACD, I can see pullback. So the pullback can be counted from this high to this low. So basically, I'm going to apply fib retracement here. If you want to add extension first, let's add A, B, and C of daily. So daily fib extension in the bearish direction applied. Let's change the color to black here. So this is now strong support since the current price is hovering at this area. And in terms of retracement, A and B connected here. So this is strong area, and the next strong magnet resistance is falling around 67. Move to 4H. Now on the basis of 4-hourly chart, I could see buyers coming in. So here we have low and lower low formed with bullish divergence, and the breakout structure is completed. So we need to apply bullish fib extension now. So on 4-hourly frame, I'm switching from bearish to bullish. So connecting A, B, and C. I'll change to green here and increase the thickness. So based on bullish fib extension, until it holds above 61.83, this is now acting as support. So until crude oil remains above 61.83, expect short-term bounce towards 66.19 or maybe towards 68.88 and then continuation lower. So if you want to trade counter trend moves, you can go for short-term buy, but that's going to be high risk. If you want to wait for the reversal again in the bearish direction, then the area, the price level to look for is around 66 and 68.8. That's it. Moving to 1H, we'll give you another short-term view in the bullish direction. And I want to stick to my bearish plan, so I'll be waiting for 66 and 68 and join the sellers. The next instrument is euro dollar. Since dollar index is bearish, so euro dollar is going to be bullish. I'm starting directly from weekly time frame here. And in terms of weekly time frame here, first thing is I'm going to mark first extension bullish, starting from the lowest point, connecting with B and point C, and I'm going to use retracement on the previous leg down. So I'm expecting buyers to take the price towards 78.6 to 85.4, and in between we also have fib extension 100 in the bullish direction. So this is a strong confluence. So I'm expecting this to act as very strong resistance. So 1.1708 to 1.1768 is the target for Euro USD. Now I'm going to use my vertical line and switch to daily time frame. And this can be taken as strong support. Moving to daily and looking for new ABCs to be applied on daily. So let's use it. I'm going to bring fib extension on the daily bullish cycle and add it. So here I can see strong magnet area, duplication of blue and green lines, so around 1.1186 to 1.1172. And in case we see a drop, pullback, this is to be taken as support. And the pattern is MACD lines, they're still creating higher highs, histogram equal. So yes, definitely we can expect some temporary pullback here, loss of bullish momentum, and I would mark a vertical line on the latest C and move to 4H. Now this is 4 hourly, and on the 4 hourly time frame I have found bearish divergence, higher highs with lower highs, so PNP divergence identified, but the breaker structure is not yet done. In this case I'm going to use a rising trend line for validation for short-term pullback. So let's connect the lowest point, the vertical, with the point falling in between the two highs of creating divergence. So the rising trend line is compromised, so we can expect short-term drop here. When we move to 1H, I can see on 1 hourly frame we have highest point P, we have N, and we have P. So I'm using again ABC aligned with PNP, so in the bearish direction. Let's mark it red. So I can expect sellers to push it towards 1179 or towards 1140. If we get into deeper pullback, then 1.0986 is the next magnet. So I will resume my bullish plan from this area or maybe from this area. So 1186, 1178, somewhere in between 1150 to 1200 is the zone to look for buy trades. But the plan remains bullish for the long term. Only in the short run, if you want to go counter trend, you can go for short term sell trades. In that scenario, your stop loss has to be higher than 1390, which I do not recommend on the trend basis. And your short term target could be 1236 followed by 1186. But this is going to be high risk. As I've explained that in the coming week, we have Bank of Japan's monetary policy announcement, and I could see in most of the JPY pairs, Japanese yen is now getting weaker, so I'm expecting bullish moves coming up in the coming week. So I've chosen pound against Japanese yen. So I would like to start from monthly here. I need to clean the chart. So here, removed all the existing lines, and I'm going to apply bullish extension here. So I have taken bullish divergence into account. This is the divergence I'm talking about. Here I do not see completion on NPN, but if you move to RSI, you'll find that here we have RSI creating higher lows and price has created lower lows, and this is the break of structure. So I'm going to use first bullish extension here. I'll start from the lowest, highest, and ABC completed. I'll mark it green here. And then do we have more ABCs? Yes, we can look for. So this is your A aligned with N and I can add second ABC here in the bullish direction. Add it. So I get here duplication of two lines, so this is your strong resistance. That's it, and no more duplication, so I could not find support magnet. So I'm moving to weekly now. I'll bring my vertical line here and switch to weekly. A minor alignment of the vertical line with the lowest point. Now, on the basis of weekly frame, I could spot bearish divergence. So higher highs spotted with MACD line and PNP histogram divergence. Now, after divergence, we usually look for BOS, and I need to mark BOS here. So this is the level of BOS. So the blue dashed line, 179.35, the BOS is not yet completed. If BOS is not completed, then we apply trend line. So I'll start from the vertical line and I'll connect with the BOS low. Yes, the rising trend line is compromised, and that's it. Now I can see sellers have pushed the price towards the first Fib line, though it's a single line, but it acted as support, and then I could see a strong bounce, and now again sellers are losing momentum, and very soon it looks that it will complete the bullish crossover, and it may also complete bullish divergence here. So this is not yet done. It's potential bullish divergence coming into play. So I need to move down to daily now, and on daily time frame I'll look for bullish confluence here. So here buyers, they jumped into the market and they moved the price to this area, and then I could say this is retracement after the strong bullish bounce. So I'm going to use Fibonacci retracement here. I'll start from the lowest of daily, the recent most, and connect with the highest. Now if you notice, the retracement usually ends at 78.6 to 85, and it happened exactly. So the retracement ends at 78.6. So I'm expecting bullish moves. So I'm going to add a vertical line here, exactly on the low created at 78.6, and the environment on MACD has changed to bullish, and this is to be highlighted as strong support. Switching to 4H and realigning the vertical line here. Now on the 4-hourly frame, I'm looking for bullish moves, so I'm gonna look for bullish divergence, and I've spotted one. So lower lows with containing style divergence, and the breaker structure is completed, and I'm gonna use my first bullish extension here, starting from the lowest, connect with the high, first high, and here. So if buyers want to continue, they will take it to 192.40, and if they get stronger, the momentum picks up, then it can go to 195.35, Fib extension 1.618, and until it remains higher than 187. And on the 4-hourly frame, the pattern is bullish, and I'm going to add my new vertical line here and move to 1H. On 1-hourly frame, I could see double bottom here, or maybe this lower low. I need to check for divergence. Yes, we have bullish divergence, so lower lows with higher low on MACD lines and histogram. So bullish divergence identified on 1H, and the BOS is also completed. So I'm going to add a BOS dashed line here, and let's apply Fib extension. I'll skip the smaller moves, I'll pick the bigger ones here. So I'm going for the bigger wave. So starting from the lowest, connecting with high and point C here. Let's see if we have magnets. Yes, we have magnets, so two lines coming closer here. So this is going to act as resistance, and I can see we have cluster of lines coming around 194 to 195. So until it remains above 189.37, the plan is to buy the dip. So pound against yen is looking bullish to me. So starting from 15 minutes, on 15 minutes, it is still creating a sequence of higher highs with higher lows, and on MACD lines, there is no divergence, higher highs. MACD lines created higher high. On histogram basis, yes, we have divergence, but the breakup structure is not yet done. So there could be short-term selling. Right now, it has not breached the trend line. So there could be some short-term pullback, but the pullback to be taken as an opportunity to buy and look for the price target of 192.40, followed by 194.83 to 195. This is the plan for pound against yen. The next instrument is NASDAQ. So I found short-term buying opportunity, or I could explain the short-term setup. Here, in most of the US indices, it's at the moment creating short-term bounce. So we don't know whether this is going to be a reversal or is it still a dead cat bounce. So here I'm on the monthly frame and I'm going to check a retracement. So previous low to current high identified, retracement applied. That's it. We cannot use extension here. So I'm moving to weekly now. On the weekly frame, I have found bearish divergence and I have seen BOS being completed. So I'm going to add BOS dashed line here. So once BOS is done, we usually get pullback, retracement, and then continuation. So currently it is in the pullback phase, retracement phase. So I'm going to use Fibonacci retracement from high to low on weekly chart. So starting from the highest and bringing to the current low. We can expect retracement towards 61.8 or maybe towards 78 to 85. So this is the zone of resistance, and 61 could be strong fib level resistance. So two potential resistance zones identified. Now I'm moving to daily. Now on the daily frame, I do not see bullish divergence coming into play, but buyers have created higher low here. So this is the low, first push up and then higher low. So higher low is basically a bullish pattern here. Not very strong, but we are expecting short-term moves here. That's it. I'm moving to 4H, and on the 4-hourly frame, I'm going to use bullish fib extension. So I'll start from the lowest, connect with the first high and the higher low, and the first magnet, first confluence is coming around 20,305. So 20,300 to 20,400 could be the target inside for the short term if you want to get into buy setup, or else I would validate again once NASDAQ reaches around 20,300 to 2,400, and this could trigger the new bearish moves. So we need to wait. So short-term plan is buy. Now finally, we are moving to our favorite instrument, that's gold. So here I'll begin from monthly. I need to switch the time frame of the chart to monthly. So done. On the monthly frame, I do not see any signs against, no bearish divergence. It's continuously creating a sequence of higher highs on the price and as well as on MACD. So no divergence in sight. I'm going to apply first extension on monthly. So A, B, and C applied, first extension added. So 3123 is fib extension 161. Fib extension 200 is 3479. In fact, in the current week, we reached 3500 and it quickly bounced lower. So 3123 to be taken as support, since the current market price is trading higher than 3123. Once 3479 is done, breached, then the next target on the basis of monthly frame is 4055. Now we need to add multiple fib extensions so that we get the magnet zone. So we will move to the next lower time frame. As per single fib lines, we have taken the levels. So I'm going to bring my vertical line on point C and move to weekly now. On weekly, we have multiple choices. We have multiple options to apply different fib extensions on different waves. So I'm going to connect with the longest one. I'll start from the lowest and I'll go to the point B. I'm trying to connect the bigger wave here, and this is now done. So we get to see magnet here. So this is duplication, definitely to be taken as strong support, and this is around 2573. The next support is coming between 3123 to 3241 now. So I'm going to highlight. I know it's a wide range, but this entire range to be taken as support. And in terms of resistance range, we have 3479 to 3667. So I have highlighted the range for upcoming resistance and the support here. And I'm shifting the vertical line to point C of weekly. That's it, and no divergence on weekly, no divergence on monthly, and I'm switching to daily now. Now on the daily frame, again, I do not see any bearish divergence. I can see continuation of buyers, so higher high on MACD lines and even histogram. So no divergence in sight even on daily time frame. So I'll look for bigger wave and I'll plot fib extension on daily in the bullish direction. So this is the bigger wave identified and extension applied. I need to change the color now. So blue lines are representing our daily fib extension levels. So after 3479, the next level to look for is 3555, which is falling in between. And after that we have 3912, and then we have 4055 and 4132. Now this is on the basis of daily. In case if we go with a mid-size cycle here, we get to see some more levels. So I'm going to use done. So now we have added few more lines here. So we have 3667 coming as strong magnet and 3555 as the nearest target. Switching to 4H and moving the vertical line to the latest C of daily. Now on the 4-hourly frame, I could see bearish divergence here. Now this is for the first time since we started from monthly. This is the first time frame where divergence has come into play, but only on histogram. So we have P and P, but MACD lines have not diverged. And after divergence, we always look for BOS. So I'm going to add a dashed line here. So the dashed line is at 3201. So I could see strong support in between 3241 to 3255, followed by BOS support. And in terms of trend line, because BOS is not done, so we need to add a trend line, but the trend line is compromised. Now I'll move to 1H and I'll move the vertical line to the highest point because we are looking for bearish extension now. Now on 1-hourly frame, I could see double bottom with new bullish divergence here. So double bottom with bullish divergence. So I'm not interested in selling because this is the only time frame, 4-hourly is the only time frame where we have seen rising trend line broken, BS not yet done, and now again on 1-hourly I could see loss of momentum in the bearish direction. So I'm not interested in selling. In fact, my plan is to buy the dips. So I would recommend you to buy around 3255 to 3335, 3335 as your buying zone. You can maintain your stop loss below 3100, 3123 if your account allows, or we can go for tighter stop loss, and the first target is 3479 to 355, 3504, followed by 3555. In short, I'm not interested in selling due to multiple fundamental reasons which are in favor of gold's bullish trend, and all higher time frames, monthly, weekly, daily, they are looking super strong in the bullish direction. So short selling would be risky. I will stick to my buy trades. So this is the plan for my upcoming week. I hope it adds value to your trading plan. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up or share your thoughts. Take care and have a profitable trading week ahead. Bye-bye.